Hey my friend, welcome to your chordal guitar lesson of the week. Today I want to explain the difference between major 9 and add 9 chords because it makes them sound different. And it could apply to any other difference, right? Major 11 versus add 11, major 13 versus add 13. The same applies to all. So when you want to build a chord, you are stacking thirds. You probably know that, right? So you take any scale, for example, D major, and you stack the odd numbers. 1, 3, 5, 7, and I can go up to 9 like this, and I can stack as many as I want to build my chord, right? So a major 9 chord is going to have all of those third intervals stacked. So you're going to have 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. And the add 9 chord, the difference is that you omit the 7th in the chord and the 9th is just added on top, hence the word add. So you get 1, 3, 5, 9. So the 9 in that case is just gonna be a little color, a little sparkle on top of the chord, and the fully extended major 9 chord is gonna sound richer and more complex. So for example, if I play a chord like this on E, this is a full major 9 chord because I have all 5 notes that I need. I have my 1, I have my 3rd, I have my 5th, I have my 7th, and I have my 9th. So if I wanted to get an add 9 chord out of this, I have to remove the 7th, which is on my pinky here. So a good way to do that is just to double the root. So you replace the 7th, just 1 fret higher for another root, and then you get a add 9 chord. Because now you get the intervals 1, 3, 5 and a 9th added on top. So just try to hear the difference between add 9 and major 9. It sounds richer, right? More complex. This one breathes a little bit more. Right? So now that you know the difference here, you are going to find more often add 9 chords on guitar because that's pretty hard to play all 5 notes in a row in your chord, right? So let's say that I want to play them all in a row like this. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Sometimes it creates voicings that are really hard to fret like this. So most often you are going to find add 9 chords. So I'm going to show you a few add 9 shapes that I love to use because those are beautiful chords. So let's say that we start picking chords that we know, open chords, like E major. Since in most of those open chords like this, you have doubled root notes or even tripled root notes sometimes, you can always replace a root note in extra by the 9th, which is just 2 frets away. So in that case, I've got E, which is my root on the 6th string. I get it on the 4th, and I get it on the 1st string. So it's always a good idea not to replace the bass note, the lowest one. So I'm gonna replace the one on the 4th string, 2 frets higher, so I'm gonna use my pinky for that. So it does a shape like this. So this is a E major add 9. I love this one because it creates a friction here with the pinky and the index, right? And it's beautiful. Or alternatively, I could take my E major, but decide to replace the root that is on the 1st string by placing my pinky on the 2nd fret 1st string, and it would sound like this. So this one gets more air in the chord, right? This one is more confined and it has more friction. So it's really up to what kind of voicing you want to use and how you want it to sound, right? Another very popular one is on C. So this is a C add 9 here. So this one is very popular because it's the same as the G shape, but you just put your index and middle finger above from one string, right? So instead of playing on the 6th and 5th string, you play on the 5th and 4th string. So that's also a nice Add9 voicing. Another one that I really like is on A. So let's say that you pick your A open. Some people play it like this or like this. You just have to replace the 3rd string 2 frets higher and you get a shape like this. It's such a pretty chord like this. I love it. And then I like the one on G too. So what I do when I play a G like this, I just remove everything aside from the G note with my middle finger. Then I'm gonna add the 9th extension on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string here. And I'm gonna put my ring finger on the 3rd fret of the 1st string to get a double of the G. And I'm gonna mute the 5th string. So all in all, it sounds like this. This is a very well balanced Add9 chord that I find here. Or another alternative, if you have some bar chords, let's say that you want to Add9 chord, but it's on a chord that you cannot play in open position. Let's say B flat, right? You can take a B flat chord bar like this, and you can push your pinky. That's a bit of a stretch, but you take your pinky and you place them 1, 2 frets. 2 frets above here, right? So it sounds like this. This is basically exactly the same thing that I did with my E open, but you just had to imagine that we bar it and that we have to shift that. But now we have to refret it with our index so that it can bar, right? So if you have a hard time playing it, try to play it up on the fretboard since the frets are more closer together. So if I try it on E flat, let's say, it's easier to fret. Or, like I said, alternatively, you could do it from the 1st string too. So if I come back on B flat, and I just play the 3 notes like this. So this is basically the shape here that I did, but I remove my pinky and I keep only the fretted notes. It does a spread triad. We call this a spread triad. And then I could play my 9th with my pinky on the same fret than the ring finger. So that's a really spaced out chord. We have a lot of room to breathe between each note. And you can use that pretty much everywhere. That's a shape that you can shift around. Very, very useful shape. And if you want to learn more about spread triads, the shapes that I showed you here, that's what I teach in my free course on my website, where you can enroll for free by clicking on the first link in the description box. So I show you those spread triads, which are the most popular chords to play ambient guitar. And this is a gift that I give to all my viewers to thank them for watching my video. So click on the first link, head over to my website and enroll for free. This is my gift to you. So thank you very much for watching my lesson. I hope that it helped you to understand more the difference between major 9 and Add9 chords, and maybe you can take some of those shapes to create your own songs with them. And don't forget to click on the first link to get your free course. Until next time, au revoir, my friend.